Good afternoon. I was trying to get on earlier for y'all, but I kept getting distracted. I had other things, multitasking. How y'all doing this afternoon? Hey y'all. I have about 20 minutes. So I said, let me go live really quick and drop a message for y'all. So we're going to jump right into this message. Okay. I had a dream last night and it was a different type of dream, right? The dream that I had, it was like as if I was invisible, right? But I was watching like everything that was going on. And in the dream, I was in like a library, right? And it was like thousands and thousands of books. Like when they show on in the movies those libraries where they have like books that go way up into the cathedral ceilings, like it was just really the bookshelves just went like really high, right? And then there was a guy who was like, pushing back and forth on one of the tall ladders, like just, stacking books and putting books on the shelf. And he was telling me, like, I built this all myself and I'm not finished yet. I still have, like more shelves to finish building and adding more books. So I equated the books with me being a reader, right? Because I'm thinking in the dream, like, okay, so this person reads. They're a reader. It's a reader. It was, it was resonating with the whole reading thing, right? Then all of a sudden, at first he was like really calm. Then all of a sudden he became like very fragmented, right? He became like anxious, like he was in a hurry. He was trying to get things done, like he was rushing, right? And I'm like just sitting there watching him. But the way the dream was, it was as if like he was the only one that could see me because I could remember communicating with him. And it was like as if it was someone I didn't know him. So I felt that the energy was a new energy, right? But then all of a sudden, he goes running out into another part of the library and he runs like straight into a bookshelf and then the whole entire shelf falls on him. Like he literally was crushed by the bookshelf where all the books it just came tumbling down. So, long story short, it's telling me that my readings are crushing people. It's crushing people. Because in the beginning of the dream he was somewhat bragging, right? So it was the ego coming out, right? He was bragging about you know how much he built on his own and built it by himself, right? Y'all know the type. But then it was like what you built or what you thought you built is now destroying you. So you couldn't even carry the weight of what you built, right? So you couldn't carry the weight of what you built, is how I interpret it. So I know, because I am very close with my collective energy, I know that that is something that spirit is wanting me to expose. It's something about this person's tactics, but I also know from my pre shuffle that it's also a contract that has been terminated. So if a contract has been terminated, it cannot be reopened. So I'm feeling like there is a test for some of the people, for some of you in the collective, depending on which timeline you're currently on right now. For those of you who are embodying magnetism, for those of you who are in your season of reclaiming and manifesting and attracting, I feel as though your energy is drawing in from all angles. And right now, my reading is the shield of the witch for you. It's your protection code. Okay? And spirit is guiding me to reinforce what needs to be protected. All right? There's still some gates that are open that need to be sealed. So let's get into this message, right? Because spirit has already closed this contract. And I feel as though someone is trying to reopen it. And if you know me, I get downloads from my dreams. If you follow me on Facebook, I have a group which is based on dreams, right? My what is the name of my Facebook group? Coming to think of it, I don't want to give y'all the wrong name. Dream Temple. Dream Temple of the Moon Goddess, okay? Because I know I tried to make it a little different so that it wouldn't sound like anybody else's group. But Dream Temple of the Moon Goddess, that is the name of my Facebook group. So you can find me, you can find that group, right? You can also find like other clips of other readings that I post in that group. So I know that when I had that dream, because it wasn't a familiar soul. I know that that had to be like collective energy because it wasn't anyone that I was familiar with. So I knew that it was a message that I needed to deliver to my collective, right? So let's get into this message, y'all. Let's see what spirit is trying to expose and what spirit wants us to reinforce, okay? Yeah, because that contract has been severed. Spirit, can you show me why? Can you show me why this particular contract was ended? Can you show me why this particular contract was ended for the collective? What was it about this contract? Show me what I need to see for their highest spirit. Wow. I'm getting all masculine energy on these cards. But it's not, it doesn't have to be. But 9 times out of 10, when I read my cards, the way me and my spirit team communicate, we communicate through like the images on the cards. So there was someone who you were with where this person was broken. They were broken and shattered, and they were broken and shattered from childhood. From childhood. You and this person may have had a lot of conflict in the relationship because this person had a fear of failure and a fear of vulnerability. So that made them guarded. That made them guard their emotions. They wouldn't allow you to get in. Like you were close, but they didn't let you in, right? They wouldn't let you in due to their guarded emotions, right? And their typical fear of being hurt. There was a lack of nurturing in this connection, and I feel as though from this person's childhood there was a lack of nurturing. So you may have tried to nurture this person and this person was not able to receive. There was a lot of rejection I'm seeing in the connection. Whoever this person is, they have some trauma from their childhood. There was a lot of childhood trauma There was a disconnect between them and their father. Their father failed them here. This is a situation where they were failed by their own father. Okay. So that caused conflict in them growing up. It broke trust with authority figures because they were betrayed by the adults or the people who were supposed to protect them. It could have been some other things going on that caused inner insecurities with this person. So this is somebody who set up a lot of boundaries around them. This is somebody who didn't trust nobody because the main people who were supposed to protect them were not there for them. That was a challenge for you. That was a challenge for you. This person rejected you over and over and over and over again. They made you feel unloved, they made you feel unworthy, but they rejected you because of the traumas from their past. Do you recognize this energy? Whenever you would try to show affection to this person, whenever you would try to get close to this person, they will be enraged. But when you would try to leave, they wouldn't let you leave. Jealousy and possessiveness will come out. How many of you had a dream last night? The dream world also represents the spiritual world. I get a lot of downloads in my dreams. Whoever this unhinged person is, Spirit had to close the contract on this person. Spirit is telling me that last night wasn't just a dream, that it was this person trying to reopen the contract with the collective. That dream was very random. But Spirit is saying it was a contract. I felt the weight of that bookshelf falling on that person. Something about that bookshelf falling on that person was a warning. And I saw it coming before they did. I saw it coming before they did. Ooh. Spirit is telling me that the reason for that dream is because the pattern is still there. There's a lesson. The pattern, there's something about the pattern. The pattern is still there. So if we're seeing the pattern is still there, whoever this is that's trying to come back, they have not changed. It's something about them not changing. But whoever this is, when they come back, this is someone who is going to recognize who you are, right? Like I said, this message is going to be really quick, but it's about whoever is embodying magnetism right now. You're attracting the old and the new. When the old comes back, the old is definitely going to try to mirror your energy. They're going to mirror your energy and they're going to give you praise for being in the energy that you are right now. They see you as someone who is in your power, bodying, like I said, magnetism, you're radiant, you're shining, you're glowing, and they feel disconnected from you in this stage in your life. But you are someone who I'm talking to. You are someone who learned about your power through your pain. If it wasn't for people rejecting you, if it wasn't for people making you feel unloved and unworthy, you would not be as powerful as you are right now. Everybody learns differently. And sometimes our warriors, they get wounded. They get wounded. But in order for you to be a warrior, you got to go through the battles. So this message is for my wounded warriors who are glowing right now. Because just because you're a warrior, it don't mean you ain't fly. It don't mean you ain't fine. It don't mean you ain't handsome, right? It don't mean you don't look good. But you got a warrior inside of you. Whoever this is, this is someone who is very draining. They have not changed. They are still broken, but they're coming back for your light. They're coming back. Let me just get some final messages. Like this one image right here that's like staring at me. I'm like, it's giving thriller. It's giving a thriller movie coming through. Hell to the no. And Spirit said that is the truth. Hell to the no. This person is still broken. They are not healed. They have not done the work that they need to do. And like I said, like the title says, once Spirit closed the contract, there's no returning. There's no returning. They're trying to return, but they're waiting. They're waiting. And in that waiting energy, that's them being strategic. They're uncertain about something right now. They could be uncertain about their finances because they feel as though in order to come back, they need to be financially free and financially independent. They could be worried about comparing themselves to you and your glow up energy. They feel like they lost something very valuable. This is spirit. That's spirit. When we see the 7 of Wands, that's protection coming through. That's a guard, that's a block. That's spirit guiding you to maintain control. Because there may be a part of you that may be contemplating on maybe giving this person a second chance, or maybe seeing them from a different perspective, because I honestly feel they're going to try to present themselves as if they're not broken, as if they're not hurt. Showing up as the King of Pentacles, that's somebody trying to match your energy. Yeah, they're going to make it seem like the two of you can make it work this time around. Teamwork makes the dream work. But Spirit said this contract is dead. This contract is dead. Why is it dead? Because Spirit knows that this person has not put in the work on the mental conflict and the mental issues that they still have. Spirit is calling judgment on it. So that's a warning message, y'all. That's a warning message. Spirit is wanting this person to heal. And Spirit is saying they have not done the work yet. They have not done it. This person is still operating out of this 7 of Swords energy. Very deceptive, not to be trusted. But I'm telling you, when they come back, they're going to come back as if they are healed. Behind the scene, this person still lacks nurturing. They still lack vulnerability. They still are conflicted mentally. Their soul is still fragmented. They're coming for your light. Okay? All right, y'all. This is you standing in your power, Queen of Wands energy. You're showing up as Queen of Wands because she is the warrior of the deck. Okay? You're being guided to operate out of warrior energy. Be strong, be courageous, be assertive, be sexy, and avoid chaoticness. Stay independent, stay confident, and stay efficient. All right? So I hope you all enjoy this message. If it resonates, you can let me know in the comments. All right. I'll be live again. I'm gonna try to go live again in a few hours. I can't give y'all a time because I go live in between clients. But I'm gonna try to go live again in a few hours when I get some free time. But thank you for watching. Make sure y'all share this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. If you need a private reading, my website is shesgotstandards.com. You can find all of that information down below in the description. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Love and light. Bye, diamonds.